Well, the people have spoken. One Nation's Fire the Liar campaign is blowing up.
Hey there, legends. Welcome back to the channel, where we cut through the political spin with a smile, a bit of sarcasm and zero tolerance for nonsense. Today we're diving into something that's got Australia buzzing. One Nation's Fire the Liar campaign. It's gaining massive traction, raised over $1 million in hours, and it's got everyone from your mate at the pub to the morning radio shows talking. Is it cheeky political warfare? Absolutely. Is it highlighting some real frustrations? We're keeping it light-hearted, fair and truthful. Just facts with a chuckle. Grab a coffee, settle in, let's fire it up. First off, what's the story? It all kicked off when Labor sent out a fundraising email urging their supporters to chip in up to $27 each to stop One Nation. Pauline Hanson and the team weren't having it. They fired back with their own drive. Fire the Liar, targeting Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. The pitch. Donate $29 to help fund billboards, TV and radio ads, hammering Labor's record in key seats, including Albo's own electorate. The goal started at $1 million, smashed it under a day, hit 1.5 million fast, and they bumped it higher to 2.1 million. As of the latest, they're cruising past 1.5 million with grassroots donations pouring in. Media everywhere is covering it. 7 News, Sky News, SMH, Daily Telegraph, news.com.au. It's a classic political tit for tat. Labor tried to shut down the rising minor party. One Nation turned into a rocket fuel for their own ad blitz. Why fire the liar? One Nation points to what they call broken promises. Cost of living relief that hasn't materialised the way it was sold. Immigration levels that ballooned instead of being sustainable. Energy prices, taxes, and the list goes on. Sky News hosts like Paul Murray and Peter Cridlin have been running segments on these exact points. It's not just One Nation yelling, "There's a pattern of government spin," that's frustrating a lot of everyday Aussies. Look, politics is full of promises that get recalibrated. Every side does it to some degree. But when your pre-election vibe is cheap mortgages, lower power bills, and no tax changes, and then interest rates rise triple times, migration stays high and costs keep biting, yet people notice. One Nation's tapping into that fed-up energy with slogans that stick. Entertaining? Sure. Truthful enough to resonate? Clearly, given the donations. Let's talk winners and losers, keeping it real. So the winners so far. One Nation and Pauline Hanson, their polling's been surging, even leading national polls in some recent ones. Campaign shows that their support base is fired up and willing to open their wallets. It's grassroots money, not big corporate donors dominating the narrative. Everyday punters who feel ignored, regional folks, families struggling with bills, people worried about housing and borders, cuts to immigration capped at 130k visas, slashing waste, 90 billion plan, cheaper fuel and power via more coal, nuclear, and ditching what they see as elite global commitments. Ad companies and billboard printers, business is booming. This is a direct counterpunch highlighting their vulnerabilities. Albo's approval, then sliding and getting called out, this publicly stings. But let's be honest, tit-for-tat fundraising is politics as usual, just louder now. What does it mean for the future of Australians? Here's the thoughtful bit. If One Nation keeps this traction into the next election, it could fragment the vote big time. more seats in play, hung parliament possibilities, or forcing the majors to negotiate or adopt tougher stances on immigration, energy and spending. For Aussies, potential upside: more pressures on cost of living, housing, less migration strain, and ditching policies that feel out of touch. One Nation wants family tax splitting, free speech protections, border security, and slashing bureaucracy. That could mean relief for working families if delivered. The downsides: their policies are bold but sometimes light on details, like massive defence spending hikes or cutting big departments. Rapid change could be disruptive. Critics worry about the social cohesion with their strong immigration stance, or whether slashing $90 billion is realistic without hurting services. History shows minor parties can influence but struggle with governing complexities. Overall, it means more competitive politics. Australians get louder voices on issues like energy reliability versus renewable push, migration sustainability, and government waste. Future could be more responsive or more chaotic. Truth is, voters are signalling that they want change from the majors. Is the government doing everything to ensure measures are fair? Short answer: not really, and here's why. Governments always frame their actions as fair. Labor's defending their budget, cost of living supports, and saying one nation's divisive. But when you break key promises and then fundraise to science critics instead of addressing the gripes head on, it doesn't scream maximum fairness. Why not? Politics 101. Incumbents, protection power, obfuscation, spin and targeting opponents is easier than owning mistakes. Transparency, promises versus reality has been a reoccurring theme in coverage. One Nation's not pure as snow either. All parties stretch truth, but the campaign success shows many believe the liar label has legs. Fair play would mean debating policies openly, not just donation wars. Aussies deserve better than both sides treating voters like ATMs for attack ads. Independent audits on donations help, but real fairness is accountability on outcomes, lower bills, secure borders, honest communication. Zooming out, this isn't just about one campaign. Australia's facing real pressures: housing crisis, inflation scars, global uncertainty. Whether you love Hanson or think she's too much, the energy shows democracy's working and people are engaged. So what do you reckon, team? Is Fire the Liar a brilliant comeback or just more noise? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Respectful ones only. Like if you're enjoying this balanced take, subscribe for more no BS politics, and hit the bell. At the end of the day, Australia's future isn't decided by one party or slogan. It's by us, informed, voting, holding everyone accountable. Whether One Nation wins big or forces the majors to lift their game, may the best ideas for everyday Aussies win. Stay truthful, stay light-hearted, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, mates!